What's going on, guys? Welcome to ORUM'S Den. Doing a noon show today. First time trying this. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if this is my first time. I think when I first started doing this, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I might have done a couple of early shows, but I'm on afternoon, so this is why I'm kind of doing this. I just wanted to see how it goes. I'm going to do a solo show just to start this off to see how we go, and I'm not sure how many people I'll get into the chat. I know I got a few waiting right now. Got Micro Mike. Love the noon idea. Thanks, buddy. Try it up. Probably go solo for a bit, like I said, and then when I'm on noons and stuff like that, when I'm not available for a night show, then I can kind of do this, and we'll work around it. We'll see what's going on. Chris Caba, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Hello. It's go time, Detroit fan, man. How's it going, buddy? Nick Gunjack in the house. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? How'd you like that win, buddy? Travis Doyley in the house. What's going on, dude? Thanks a lot for joining the chat, guys. Well, let's talk, man. It's Victory Tuesday. Not Victory Monday anymore. It's Victory Tuesday. Lions won a game. All my boys in. Vash Darwin. What's up, brother? How you doing? 6 in the building. Thanks, guys. It's an early show. See how this goes, and maybe we can continue with this. But as of right now, it's a go. So I like it, man. Plus the Lions won, and it makes it feel even a little more special, right? Great win by the Detroit Lions. What's going on, Lion King? Stephen O in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing, dude? How you guys feel about that victory? Just watching Grid and then Micro Mike's video. Awesome, bro. Awesome, man. Thanks for supporting Vash. You're the man, brother. But that was a great win for the Detroit Lions. Still in a little bit of shock how good they played. One of the best teams in the NFL that the Lions beat up for 60 minutes of football. That was pretty incredible work by them. Great game plan by Dan Campbell and his crew. They confused the hell out of Kyler Murray, confused the hell out of Cliff Kingsbury, the head coach there on the sidelines. They looked shell-shocked. There's not one flaw in that game that we can really point out. They played 60 minutes of phenomenal football. How that happens 15, 14 weeks into the season, it's a bit frustrating, a little bit, but then in the same breath, I didn't expect anything from this team like that. So, great win. Jared Goff was crisp. He looked phenomenal. He was throwing dimes again. He looked confident. Amon Ra St Brown looks like he could be the real deal as an NFL wide receiver. He's got number 2 potential, I think, written all over him. I still don't think he's a number 1. I still think we're lacking a true number 1. And maybe Josh Reynolds could be that guy, but I still think we need a couple of new faces in that wide receiver room, though. Nick Gunjack dominated win for sure, buddy. What's going on, Lion King? How you doing, bro? Media downplaying our huge win. Yeah, some media are. I know Good Morning Football, man. They talked it up pretty big. Kay Adams was talking about it pretty big. She gave she put her I forget, she has a segment she does, and she picked the Detroit Lions winning. It was a big moment. ESPN kind of I saw last night when I came home from work, I saw something on ESPN from he's a former football played. He was an offensive lineman. He does a segment on block party. He was talking about that, about the win and how good Craig Reynolds was running and how good the old line was blocking. So I get that they were kind of downplaying a bit. There were some excuses being made, but we know what happened. We beat the hell out of them. So I don't even care what anybody says. It's kind of wild. Stafford never beat a 10-win team in Detroit. Read that today and still don't believe it. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird too. That was the first time a team with one win and under ever beat a team with 10+ wins. It takes a team effort, though, Detroit fan man, to win a game. But it is odd that Stafford was never a part of that. So I think he's a better quarterback than Jared Goff. That just kind of proves to me why on how that win-loss stuff with the quarterbacks doesn't make any sense to me. It never has and never will. This team looked nice when they played 4 quarters. It looked great, bro. Flawless, which is something that we can never really say ever here. So to put together 15 minutes per quarter, 60 minutes per game of sound football, dominating football was just absolutely outstanding. What's going on, Brandon Kennedy? Let's go Lions for sure, buddy. Goff is on the call. I've seen that. He's vaxxed though, right? So he has a chance. He has a chance to kind of come off it this week if he gets asymptomatic or something like that. Yeah, that's the thing too, right? Let's see if they can put together another 4 quarters next game. That's completely right, Chris Kaba. We need. I don't want to see these guys play great, and then all of a sudden, next game versus Atlanta, which is a very winnable game, lay an egg. Like, I'm not saying they're going to go out and win out, but they need to play good football from here on out. Steve-O, what Campbell and the staff get out of backups on other teams is special. This team is capable of a couple plays from having 5 wins. Oh, for sure they are, man. They're absolutely a couple teams, a couple blunders, a couple miracle kicks, a couple everything. All together. They should have at least 4, I'd say. 4 or 5 wins, like you said, man. So, and most of us predicted about 4 to 5 wins on the season. Yeah, buddy. Carolina guy, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. Let's go. I'm on winter break. That's nice, man. It's been a while, brother, for sure. Antonio Jenkins, how you doing, bro? What's going on? No, but that was a great game, man. That was a solid game by everybody. I think we found a kicker, Riley Patterson. I don't see any reason why this kid shouldn't be signed, locked up. This kid doesn't miss. He has a leg. Craig Reynolds running the football like a demon. He needs to be on the roster. It's nice that they signed him to the rest of this year and the rest of next year. So he signed on for another year and a half, whatever that you want to say. And that's nice insurance. It's nice insurance because we got some guys, man. We got a guy, DeAndre Swift, who just can't stay healthy. I love DeAndre Swift, but what are we going to do in the meantime if this kid keeps going down? You know, he's got all kinds of talent in the world. I love him. I love the way he runs the football. I love the way he catches the ball in the backfield. You can't ask for anything more from DeAndre Swift except stay healthy. And we talk about this all the time. Best ability is availability. And it's unbelievable. Some of these guys just can't stay healthy. Yeah, my Panthers lost their 5-9, but the Lions they're doing pretty good. Yeah, hey man, they've been playing better football, even though the losses are still there. They won a big one against Zona. Zona's supposed to be one of the best teams in football. Kyler Murray. Stop talking about him as the MVP. It ain't happened. World Series incoming. I hope so soon, bro. Maybe in the next few years. I think we're 2-3 years away from that, man. With the emergence of Jared Goof, I'm not with you, YouTubers, for defense. Hamilton's a Benny Blade clone. Yeah, man. I'm not on the Jared Goff bandwagon where I think he can't be replaced. He's played better the past since Josh Reynolds has stepped in, and since some other things have been happening too. It's not just a Josh Reynolds thing. It's stuff that's going on with the coaching staff too, and I think we're going to hear about that soon. I'm not going to really get into it, but there's some stuff going down, I think, with this coaching staff, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing either, but there's going to be some changes coming up, obviously. But defense is is a huge must, Lion King. This defense still isn't good. And if you think they are, and if you think they're good, you need to really check you need to check the numbers. You need to look at the big picture. Aaron Glenn does wonders with the team that, I don't want to call these guys misfits on defense, but it's a couple cast-offs. Charles Harris was a cast-off from Miami. He's done wonders with him. We still can't stop the run, even though we did last week. Overall, we can't stop the run. Our pass defense has gotten better. We don't get to the quarterback. We don't run. We don't get sacks. We're one of the bottom feeders in the league at getting sacks. Pressure rate's not good at all. So defense is a huge must. So be prepared for defense coming to this town. Now, I want a quarterback. I still don't think Jared Goff's the guy, like you said. I just don't know if one's able to be took one at wherever we are, 1, 2, 3. I don't think we fall past 3. I don't think we're going to win one. I think we're going to win maybe one more game. We might beat Atlanta this week. I think we might beat Atlanta. I'm not really too sure yet, but defense is probably going to get picked, the first pick. So buckle up, Lion King. Buckle up. Goff had a couple bad throws, but no turnover. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he wasn't perfect. He wasn't perfect. He had a couple bad throws. Even that throw that he threw for a touchdown to Josh Reynolds was it was a dart, but it was a duck dart. You know what I mean? It was velocity. It went solid between two defenders. Reynolds got up to get it too as well. He helped him out a little bit. Yeah, he wasn't perfect, but he was. Hey, he didn't throw picks. He didn't cause any problems. He didn't cause any turnover. So it's an A+ for Jared Goff. He played well. So Swift, Netflix, and Jamal and Kabinda leaves a Jefferson versus Godwin camp battle. Who you got? I'm taking Jefferson all day. Godwin, I love Godwin. I love that I switched over from safety to running back. I love that. But Jefferson was a draft pick. I think he's more talented at the running back position. And I think you can find really good special teamers. Like Godwin's played nice in the special teams role too, though. But I got Jefferson all day there, brother. All day. Both of us, a bad team, beat up Arizona. That's right. That's right, man. Arizona, there's a formula on beating them. Hey, what's going on, brother? Woo, lunch with Mark. What's going on, Micro Mike? Just going solo, man, on this one. Gonna see if you guys want to come in maybe on the next one when I'm on news. I'll be on Christmas break coming up anyways for a while. Rumor has it that we might not be going back till the 23rd of January. So maybe we could try mix it up, man. Mix it up, brother. If you want to come on, let me send you something then, Mike. There, let me send you something. Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Yeah, boys. Let's do this. Do this. Sorry about the delay, guys. Sorry about the delay. I'm not computer friendly. I never have been. Let's see if I can do this. A little Spectre gadget for you, boys and girls. All right. What's up, buddy? What's up, big boy? What's up, bro? If we win the next 3 games, miss out on Aiden and Kayvon, and I'm taking Nakobe Dean, linebacker out of Georgia, Mark. Hey, I love that kid. I don't think we're going to win the next 3 games. If we win the next 3 games, we could possibly fall to like 6 or 7, I think. That might be a little too early for that kid, I think, bro. That's just I don't know. I haven't done a full 32 mock yet. I don't know if I'm gonna, but I think that might be a little early. You might be able to get that kid. You might be able to get that kid in the late first possibility. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I was just seeing if you wanted me to get on. I
Yeah,
can
man.
for sure.
It's all good.
If you
I
want
was
to
gonna go
go,
solo. I was gonna try solo, but it's all good, man. Yeah.
you can go
Welcome.
solo if you want, man.
No, man. No, man. You're in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have my avatar up because I'm working. I can talk
100%.
while I'm working, but you wouldn't see me. You'd see like half a head with.
Yeah, that's not good, brother. That's not good, brother.
You don't want to see a half a head,
I
bro.
don't want to see full head, buddy. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that.
Oh my God,
Good,
Marky Mark,
good,
man,
brother.
you're killing me, man, with that. Oh my goodness! Hey, super chat from Travis Doyley.
Oh,
Shout
super
out to
chat.
you.
Oh, super chat. Travis Doyley, your guys' thoughts on David Bell, the wide receiver out of Purdue? In my opinion, the best in the class. He's solid. No, man, he's a guy that I'm definitely going to be looking into a little bit more. I watched a couple of Purdue games this year. I haven't really got into his film just quite yet, but I will dive into it. He's a guy. I don't think he's the best in the class, but I think he's top five, maybe top six. Mike, man, you got anything on David Bell?
I actually did him in a mock draft, and
Okay.
I had David Bell out of Purdue falling to the Lions, I think in the second round.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's a bad wide receiver. This
No.
draft class is absolutely amazing when it comes to wide receivers. So he would be a solid pick if the Lions decided to go safety with their first pick. David Bell will be there at pick 33 or 34 now. That's what we're slated at. He'll be there at 34. Solid wide receiver out of Purdue. He could be a number one for the Detroit Lions.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, I definitely like him. But like you said, this wide receiver class, man, is they were talking about how good it was in 2020 last year, the one that we just had with Devonta Smith and all those guys going. This year, man, it's a really, really good wide receiver class, man.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, man. And that's really good too. There's two positions three positions they're extremely have a lot of depth at. And guess what? Two of those the Detroit Lions need: safety and wide receiver. The other one's offensive line, in which if they wanted to get a guard, they can get one in the third, fourth round. But we need safety and we need wide receiver. And I tell you what, there's a plethora of players that you can get in this year's draft.
100%, man. There's 100%, and there's a safety that I'm kind of hoping that they take a look at too in the free agency. Marcus Williams out of New Orleans Saints, man. He's a young guy. He could be available for the Detroit Lions. Got that Dan Campbell connection, so got that Aaron Glenn connection too as well. So I guess and I really like his style of play.
Oh yeah, I think that would be a very good fit for the Lions. Again, like you said, Aaron Glenn. He played with Aaron Glenn as defensive backs coach. Yeah. And then you can go ahead and draft a safety because we need two safeties. Tracy Walker, we need to re-sign, but with the injuries we've sustained this year, if you can go ahead and get a free agent safety and then draft a safety, because Will Harris is not going to be a safety next year, and Dean Marlowe is not going to be back. You want to have four safeties on this roster. So Will Harris, I actually did a video today. Should he, be in the mix for nickel corner next year? He's not in the mix for safety. That's for sure. So we need help, man. We need help there.
We definitely need help, man. Well, what'd you think about Will Harris actually playing decent at corner? Got moved the corner for this game because of the injury to Jerry Jacobs. Seems like he played a little bit of corner. He did give up a couple catches, but he gave up short catches and he made some sure tackles. Made a nice play in the end zone too as a corner. So that was actually nice for Will Harris to finally do something in a Lions uniform.
This is exactly what Dan Campbell said. I remember his introductory press conference. He's saying, I'm going to put players in positions to succeed. Use the strengths of a player and put them in that position. Don't force him into something. That's Matt Patricia. That's what he would do. I mean, he forced him to be safety. Clearly it wasn't working out. I mean, we've seen him. He's been a disaster at safety. Yes. So why not go ahead and we're going to give this guy a try. at nickel corner. We got all these injuries. There's nothing else we can do. What does he do? Does really good, man. And that's Aaron Glenn too. Like, shout out to Glenn. He's just
shout out big time.
Magician. He's a magician, man.
Yeah, he's doing some things with some guys that I can't believe. They've completely turned around Charles Harris's career. That guy's got 8 sacks on the year now. The guy's never had anything like that in his career. I think the most he ever had was 4.5 in a season. Now I'm pretty sure he's at 8, right? Yeah, he had 7.5 or 8.
Yeah, 7.5 or 8. I think that's what it was too. Because he got credited for 1.5 sacks this past game. I believe that's what he got credited for.
I think it was.
We got to get this guy signed with the Lions. I'm convinced he needs to get re-signed. I expect him to get more than 10 sacks this year. We got 3 games left.
Earn a contract for sure. I think he's earned a contract guaranteed, right?
Former first-round pick.
Yeah.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you found a diamond in the rough, you re-sign him. And I think Charles Harris has earned that to get re-signed and get a decent contract. I'm not saying to get no Romeo Okwara or a Trey Flowers, nothing like that. But, man, solid player. You can't have enough solid players. And edge rushers, you need to have a lot of them.
Oh, 100%.
Keep them. Let's keep them.
Yeah,
I mean, I love Charles Harris. He's becoming one of my favorite players, man. Just coming in and dominating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a guy that I actually liked back in the day when they I think he went in that same draft Jared Davis did. And I think they went literally back to back. I don't know who went first. It was either Davis or Harris, but they went in that same draft. I loved Harris out of Missouri. I loved the way he got to the quarterback in college. And I don't remember who went first, though, but he was a guy I really, really coveted back then. Didn't really like the Jared Davis pick, and we all know what happened there. And but yeah, man, he's turned his career around, and big credit to Aaron Glenn and that crew and that linebacking crew and that D-line crew. Love it, man. So, but what'd you feel about the win, man? It was a great win against a really great team. Arizona, it kind of looks like maybe the formula to beat them has been set, really, maybe. I think they took that formula from LA and used it to a T, and they frustrated Kyler Murray, frustrated the whole offense. It was a great win. 60 minutes of football, man. How'd you feel?
Well, first, I'm going to go back to Charles Harris. This is why you guys need to be subscribed to Mark Orem from Orum's Forum. I remember him specifically talking about Charles Harris when we signed him. And you said, I love this signing, underrated signing. I remember you talking about this. This was a long time ago.
Yep.
And boy, you were on fire with this pick. Yeah, you were absolutely on fire with this pick. So I got to get a kudos to Mark Orem. That's called doing your homework, folks.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I've
always liked him. I've always kind of liked him. I knew he busted out a little bit in Miami, and I was like, oh, man, maybe he did turn into a bust. But, a couple teams later, look what we got, man. We got ourselves a potential pretty good football player. I'm not saying he's a superstar, but he's contributing in every single way, man. And you can tell, man, that he loves playing for this team.
The only bust that should be associated with Charles Harris is busting to make great moves on defense and in our pants when we see him play.
That's it, man. That's it, buddy. Yep.
Oh, so the second question was about the game. What did I think, man? Oh, man. Again, people could say, like, I heard this Hopkins was injured, and that's what one of the reasons why the Lions won this game. Man, we can't do this excuse because the Lions' whole team's been injured. How many players didn't even play in this game? Like, our whole team is nothing but backups, I feel like.
Exactly.
Holy smoke. So we can't do this injury thing and say that's why the Detroit Lions won this game, because they had one player injured. We have 100 players injured. So we gotta show a little bit of respect here for that. It's just one game, or matter of fact, just two wins and a tie in the last 5 games, something like that.
I think, yeah.
Just keep fighting, man, and it's really awesome. We're getting a look at these guys who are at the back end of the roster. This is something I really wanted to see. And obviously, it's not on purpose due to the injuries, but we need to see who can come back next year and contribute. And guess what? We found out that Craig Reynolds, He's going to be coming back next year. And people didn't realize this. It was a 2-year deal. So is this year and next year. So Craig Reynolds will be part of the 53. And I'm very happy about that. So we found out that he's a good player to go from these injuries. Thank you. Yeah, also, again, great. Will Harris at nickel. Could he compete? And if he can come out strong in 3 games, what does that mean for the Detroit Lions? Well, that means that we may not need to have to draft a cornerback in the draft, because we're talking about Melifonwu, then Will Harris. We're talking about Jerry Jacobs and Jeffrey Okudah. Do you really need to spend a draft capital then on a cornerback? Probably not. So that's a massive win for the Lions. It really, really is. Offensive line, or to Evan Brown, center. This guy, woo! He's done a phenomenal job as a backup center for the Lions. I don't know if we're going to be he may get a nice little contract at the end of this year from another team.
They had McCollum step up this week, though. McCollum.
Because we're on our 3rd one. Yep.
Yeah, we're on our 3rd one right now because Brown was in the COVID, I believe, right?
Yeah, yep. And I think he was brought back yesterday.
Him
and another player, I forgot who was back, but did a great job. And, this is what you want to see. So you can see these players come back and help out. Now, I wish we could say the same thing about the wide receiver core, Mark, but that's not the case. Only Josh Reynolds and Amon Ra St. Brown. But, Amon Ra St. Brown is going to be here anyways. We already knew that.
Right, exactly.
So that was already seen. Josh Reynolds, he's now deserved a contract, in my opinion. But what other with the wide receivers deserve to come back?
I'd like to see, I still want to see Cephas. I still think he's young, and it looks like he was showing some promise.
He is coming back. That's not even a question. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about guys that are on 1-year deals?
Yeah, the 1-year deal. Who deserves to come back?
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe you can bring Khalif Raymond in for a camp, not guaranteeing that he can stay, but have him at least have a tryout, if you will. I guess you can call it that.
He's done decent at kick return.
He's done decent, right? He's done decent. I still think he's a number 4, possible number 5, though, a special teamer who showed some flashes. But, I think that's basically what he really is. This team truly needs, I think, a number 1 face.
Yes.
They need a guy. They need I'm not saying we can go out and get that. It'd be nice if we can go get a DeAndre Hopkins in the draft, but we need to find a true number 1 in my eyes. Because I love Josh Reynolds. I love what he's done. It looks like he's completely turned around this offense a little bit. He's just part of that reason why I think Jared Goff has had some success. Amon Ra St. Brown developing before our very eyes. So if we can get another, then you got Cephas in the mix, but if you get that one more guy, Mike, I think this offense can be special. I really 100%.
Do. I think 2 more. Was Michael Gallup, did he have a major injury on Sunday? I thought I heard that.
I think sure. It was, I think he did get hurt pretty bad.
That's terrible.
Know. Yeah.
Because that's the guy I thought the Lions would target. Yeah. Don't know about that now.
Exactly. I really
Same
like
with Mike Evans is hurt.
I like Christian Kirk, man, from Arizona, who schooled us on Sunday. He had a great day versus us. I've always liked him coming out of college. I thought he was a really good, and he looks like a guy that, I don't know what they're going to do with AJ Green over there. Even though he's AJ Green, he's having a pretty good year, a pretty good bounce back year for the Cardinals. But Christian Kirk's a free agent. I don't really think he's a number 1 though. So I don't know if I want to get another guy that's a number 2. But he's a guy that I actually like a lot, Christian Kirk, man.
Add him to the big list of free agent wide receivers, in which we got a very good list this year.
And there's an
Godwin, is available. Mike Evans will be in free agency. Michael Gallup in free agency. We got from Chicago Bears, their guy in free agency. Devontae Adams in free agency. Kirk in free agency. So I think the Lions will sign a guy. I don't know what, but I think when it comes to number 1, we got to draft a number 1. I think with pick number 24 or 34 has got to be a wide receiver.
I think it has to be too. Who do you like right there at 34? Is there anybody in mind?
It depends if Drake London is there, he could slip a little bit to the second round. I think that I would have to jump on that. This guy's a big guy, man. 6'4", 220, beast. This guy could be a number one for the Detroit Lions. See a bigger, more physical Kenny Galladay.
Oh, for sure. I like Drake London a lot. I don't think Burks will slip that far. I think he'll go in the first round. But if he was there, I'd be jumping all over him as well.
If Treylon Burks is there at 24, I'm taking Treylon Burks probably. It depends what else is there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if Jamison Williams falls out of Alabama.
Yeah, I wonder if he could slip too, right? He's a former guy that was an OSU wide receiver, transfer portal, went to Alabama. Looks like he looks like a legit superstar though, man. He looks really, really good. He'll be playing in the college football playoffs. Obviously, Alabama always does. And he's got some good size to him too, Jameson Williams, like 6'1", 200 pounds. Lean but fast. So if he could slip too, man, there's going to, like you said, there's going to be a ton of wide receivers that are going to slip, man. And I absolutely love it, man. There's just a ton. Safeties too. There's going to be some safeties that might slip in, late first, early second. So,
and if we win on Sunday, there's a potential that we can drop, I think, like all the way to 5.
I heard that. Yeah.
If we win Sunday and we're at 5, we may have to take Kyle Hamilton.
Could happen. Yeah, it could happen because you're not going to get Hutchinson or Thibodeau. You're not going to get those two. You're not going to probably. It just all depends though. Jacksonville could really turn this thing around, man. They might take if they get first overall, they could take Neal from Alabama.
They need a lineman big time, man.
They need a lineman big time, man. So Neal's the best one in this draft, probably.
Top 3 pick. I have him ranked 3. I have him ranked number 3 on my board when I look upon it. Ranked 4. I have Kyle Hamilton 1. I have Aiden Hutchinson 2. Kayvon Thibodeau 3. Evan Neal 4. Stingley 5.
Yeah,
that's my personal big board.
I'm pretty close there too. I got who do I got 1 through 5 there? I got Thibodeau, Hutch. Third, I got Neal. Just my 5 guys that I love the most that I think will go in the top 5, and then I got Stingley and then Hamilton.
Yeah, actually, I think they're the 5 blue chippers in this draft.
What's that?
I think they're generally 5 blue chippers in a draft. Those are the 5 guys.
Yeah. Do you think we have a shot to win the next 3 games? You think we could?
Well, we got to see if Jared Goff can play Sunday. I just did a video on that. I don't know if he's had a COVID vaccination or not, but if you have a COVID vaccination, if you do negative twice within 48 hours, you're able to return. So, and you got to have a non-symptomatic symptom. So we'll see if he can play. Yeah, we have a chance to win Sunday. I'm going to say that right now. The Detroit Lions, I think, are a better team than the Atlanta Falcons if they can continue this defensive dominance.
Yeah, because, like coming out like they did against Arizona, they were talking about this on 97.1 The Ticket yesterday. Of course, they try to flip everything around, and Rico Beard was saying stuff like, well, why do the Detroit Lions only play well against the NFC West?
God.
I'm like, well, they were in pretty much every game this year except for a few, maybe 3 games, right? They got blown out versus Green Bay late. They got what was the one other blowout that they had where they got beat up? But they've been beat up a few times. Let's just say that. They've been beat up a couple times. I don't understand the mindset of how they're only playing well against the NFC West. I don't understand that.
Well, we haven't played well against the NFC West. We're 1-2. We're
1-2. But they were trying to say that we're more in it versus the NFC. Like we were in it against the Rams. We beat up on the Cardinals. Now, what are they going to do when they play Seattle? For some reason, they were targeting the NFC West.
Okay, so we did that thing with the Minnesota Vikings, nearly beat them the first game, beat them the second game. Baltimore Ravens. nearly beat them with a 66-yard field goal, tied the Steelers. So that's actually is, his argument's ridiculous. He also said a statement yesterday I thought was utterly stupid. He said, you can win the last games, but momentum doesn't push to the next season. And that's facts. I was like, wait a minute. In 2010, the Detroit Lions went 4-0 in the last 4 games. And I don't people remember, we started out 2 wins, end up 6-10, and guess what happened? In 2011, we went 5-0. Momentum does continue, man.
Oh yeah, but well, bro, I was watching Good Morning Football, and they had the guy on there that played for the Giants. His name is slipping my mind right now, but he said about that win against Arizona, he goes, and he's a football player, so whatever Rico Beard says, because he was on there, it wasn't Valente, right? It was Beard, right?
It was Rico smeared.
Rico smeared, yeah. Yeah, a guy that's, I don't know if that guy's ever even played football before. I don't know his background, but coming from a guy on Good Morning Football who was a Super Bowl champion, by the way, he played for the Giants. I just can't remember his name. I can't. That's so bad of me because he played for one of my teams. He's like, that win is a signature win because it literally does push into 2022. He goes, people remember those type of wins. Free agents, coaches, current players, they all remember those type of wins. They look around the locker room and they're like looking around going, look what we did, guys. We're capable of beating a team like the Arizona Cardinals. Let's build on this. So whatever Rico Beard says, he's just trying to be that guy, that 97.1 negative person that I can't stand. And he got kind of like put in his place. So coming from former football players saying that, yes, those kind of wins do push into the next season speaks volumes for me.
I mean, it builds confidence, man.
Yeah.
Look at Jared Goff. He's so much more confident. When he had that interview, it was after the game Sunday, he looked confident. Not only that, you're trying to attract free agents to a team. Okay, you go 1 win throughout the year or 2 wins. That's not really attractive. But if you go ahead and you start winning at the end of the year and you're getting a momentum building, okay, man, this team's building something. I could be part of this, and I can help them win more football games. People need to realize, man, like winning is how you change a culture. You can have all the draft picks in the world. You could, doesn't matter, bro. Micah Parsons. Look at him. He was not a first pick in the draft. Micah Parsons, monster.
He was a 12th pick, man. Penei
Sewell, 7th pick. He was not the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
He a monster.
Absolutely, man. So it's like you don't necessarily need that first, second, third overall pick. There's guys down the road that are absolute monsters. There's guys in the second round, third round that you pick that could be monsters for your ball club, man. So
DK Metcalf,
TJ
Watt,
all kinds of guys, man. We can list 100 guys right now. So, yeah, it's nice to get that first overall pick or second overall pick, whatever, but it's not necessary. You have a good regime. You have a great GM. He shouldn't be worried where he's picking. He shouldn't be worried. He should just focus on where they're at the moment. And right now we're at number 2. And Brad Holmes is doing his homework right now. Obviously, they have to. This is a 12-month job for these scouts. They don't ever rest. It's not like they take days off. Obviously they take some time off for the holidays, but you know what I'm saying, man. This is a very, very hard job, and these guys are working on it. And right now we got the number 2 spot. Let's just worry about where we're at. Let's worry about the Falcons right now, right?
Definitely worry about the Falcons right now. And if you want to worry about prospects,
maybe
you should ask Chris Caubaugh.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, Chris Caubaugh. Wink, wink, buddy. Don't forget to subscribe to Raw Detroit, man. Raw Detroit's one of our guys, man. TA. Kyle Hamilton will be a top 5 pick. He's a big-time Kyle Hamilton guy too, man. And we love him too, Raw Detroit. Check out his channel and subscribe. Yeah, man, we had some Doug Karsh's COVID paranoid. Yeah, you know what, man? It's just I'm just looking forward to game by game. I think we can beat the Atlanta Falcons. I actually think we're going to beat them now. I told myself I wouldn't do this again this year with the Detroit Lions. I was like, after you just get frustrated and you're like, man, I'm not going to pick them to win again. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to try to see if they can beat the Atlanta Falcons. What do you think they're going to? Do you got a score prediction, Mike?
It depends if Jared Goff plays.
Oh yeah,
that's the issue.
Yeah.
If Tim Boyle plays, I think the Atlanta Falcons will win this game. If Jared Goff plays, I think the Lions are a better team with him in there. And Lion King says, been watching you all season. Thought I'd never hear you say we are better than another team. Good to hear. It is good to hear because we've had such a rough season. But with what Aaron Glenn, this coaching staff has done with these players, is a different level. I haven't seen anything like this in Detroit in a long time, man. Where you're getting everything you can possibly get out of players. Just wait till we get our healthy players and we get better players.
I know, and they're doing this with a lot of undrafted free agents too at different spots. Like that. That's what's amazing to me. And guys that were literally cast off from other teams. So, like you said, they get more talent around them. I think the sky's the limit, man. We're a long ways away still. I think we're still a couple years, but it looks like they're building and they can build it. I think they're going to build on an Arizona win. I think they're going to come out hot against Atlanta. It's a very winnable game. Just got to get to Matt Ryan. They got some injuries going on too, the Falcons, just like every other team right now, especially going into we're going into week 15, 16. So this is just everyone's banged up. COVID is running rampant through the NFL. So, hey, it's a level playing field right now for everybody. So hopefully Goff can play. If not, I don't know who they're going to throw out there, Boyle or Blau. It's probably going to be Boyle, right?
If Goff can't go, it's probably going to be the Boyles.
Boyles on
yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Jeez.
Like I said, I've been wanting man, we have bad backups. Because if they won't put in David Blau, they must not believe in him at all. If Tim Boyle keeps getting the backup spot, all I can say is, man, I can't wait to get a better backup because these guys are not good. They're not good.
No, not at all, man. I heard some guys I saw on Twitter yesterday that a lot of guys. I kind of missed the game yesterday. I was at work. There was a lot of Nick Mullins talk. I went and looked at the numbers. I didn't know how he really played. He didn't look like he did anything special. It looked like it was kind of a boring game all around together. Raiders ended up winning that game on a last-second field goal by Carlson. But there's a lot of chatter about Nick Mullins. And I know there's been some chatter about Nick Mullins the past couple of years. And he's kind of a journeyman. He's been here. He's been there. I wouldn't mind maybe looking at Nick Mullins. I remember him playing a couple of years ago for the San Francisco 49ers, getting a couple starts when Garoppolo went down. And he'd be a guy that I'd be interested in. Nick Mullins.
He's better than Tim Boyle, that's for sure.
He's 100% better than Tim Boyle, yeah.
Yeah, there's some decent backups that you can get in free agency if that's the route you'd like to go. Definitely, for sure. It depends how much money they're wanting to spend because he's probably going to get a decent backup contract.
Right.
And he's proven that. Him and who knows if they're going to keep Gardner Minshew over there because he was traded. Marcus Mariota, that's my guy who I do like. I'd like him as a backup. But they can also do the draft a quarterback backup route. You can always get, what if a quarterback falls the 4th or 5th round and they're supposed to be in the 3rd round or 2nd round because quarterbacks drop. It just happens.
They do drop. And we need to improve that room. I'm like I said earlier, and I sound like a broken record. I'm not a Goff guy still, even though I think he's played very good football the past month. He's played some good football. Maybe he could be the guy. There's just a part of me that's just not sold on him just yet. I want to see him with better weapons and healthier guys, maybe.
Yeah. And what was good about it is it doesn't really matter because he's going to be here next year. So we're going to see it anyways, and which is perfectly fine. I mean, because of his contract, give him some weapons, give Josh Reynolds, get a real number one, see what he can do. We got to see what he can do. I mean, look at Garoppolo. There is no problem getting a quarterback, too, to back him up. Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Made Garoppolo look better. I'm not saying draft a quarterback that high. The Lions aren't doing that at all. I don't even see them now drafting one in the second round after the last 4 weeks.
I still think they need more than that. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. But back to your point where you said that the 49ers picked up Trey Lance, that's actually made Jimmy Garoppolo, he's playing better football.
Yes.
He's not out there slinging the ball for 350 yards, 4 touchdowns a game, but he's playing sound football. From what I've seen, I don't watch every San Francisco 49er game, but that team is kind of ticking on a little bit of a tough mentality to them. They are beating up on teams right now, the 49ers, and Garoppolo is a part of that. And he's looking over his shoulder and he sees a kid there that could possibly take his job. So I think he's playing good football, and sometimes it works for a franchise. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it makes that guy feel a little uneasy, and he starts throwing picks. But it looks like it's kind of made Garoppolo better, because he probably knows that does. His foot is probably a little bit out the door. He might have his big toe out the door for sure. He'll be auditioning for teams, and he's been playing pretty decent football. So drafting a quarterback anytime, helps out your franchise big time, right?
And man, who knows? Maybe Lions get Trubisky. That's a backup.
Oh no, the biscuit. I don't know if I want. I don't know if
I'll take him as a backup. He's
as a backup, sure.
Yeah.
Man, he's.
You're thinking Trubisky or Boyle? Oh man, that's not even close. Boyle is, man. He's the Trinity Benson of quarterbacks right now.
Oh, for sure, man. He is the Trinity Benson of quarterbacks. Chris Caldwell got a good one. The thing that scares me is that Atlanta can penetrate the A gaps. Oh yeah, they have some good D linemen and some fast linebackers that can get inside there. Way better than Arizona. Goff gets sketchy with inside pressure. Yeah, well, that's a challenge for the offensive line, Chris, and guys like Jonah Jackson. Hopefully, I think Jonah Jackson missed last week because of COVID too, didn't he? He missed too. So we need some guys to step in at guard. We need whoever's playing center, Evan Brown or McCollum, to work on that. So I'm sure we'll see Dan Campbell and Anthony Lynn and whoever else is helping out over there in that offensive. Hank Fraley, their O-line coach, to lock that stuff down. Right, Mike?
Hank the Tank Fraley, man. This guy is a beast, man.
He's doing
he may be the most underrated coach on this team.
Yep. Sure. You're not lying.
He's turned turds into Swiss cheese, man. Like
no, it's true, man.
I know.
You're on our third center, and he played really well. He played really well
like he's a starter.
That's incredible. That's an incredible. Like, you're not lying, man. That's a big time plus to have a guy like Hank Fraley that can, instill some confidence in a kid like McCollum, because he's probably took a dump in his pants, saying, "Oh man, I have to start, man, against Arizona Cardinals. This is no joke on the defense, man."
Well, thankfully, too, they do have a good defensive line, but we do a very quick passing game. We're not standing there forever. So, if we had Mike Martz as our offensive coordinator, that'd be a big time worry, man. Those 7-10. Well, I would say 7-step drop, but it's like 17-step drop.
I remember those, man. Man, they would get Warner killed sometimes. They got him killed a lot of times. It literally took out, what's his name? Who was the guy that actually got hurt for them and Warner stepped in? I forget the guy's name. I remember John Kitna getting hit where he did a flip. I was like, my God, do you remember that play? Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. For sure, man.
That was one of the most brutal hits I've ever seen on a quarterback.
Yeah, they were tough, man. March's offense was really, it was genius, but man, it was dangerous. It was dangerous for the quarterback, man. But it was a really good offense, especially if you had the weapons, man. You had the weapons, man. A lot of points, a lot of yards. So, but very, very, very dangerous.
Very.
Steve-O, with the way COVID is taking out players, having a backup quarterback. Oh, 100%. We're just talking about that. Steve-O, 100. Yeah, man. Need a backup. Need a backup, man. Raw Detroit. He's like John Mechie. He's hurt currently, but is a good wide receiver. Yeah, he's the guy that blew out his ACL, I think. The kid out of Alabama. I see him drop into the third round now. You like him, Mike? Good wide receiver out of Bama.
The thing is the injury.
I know that's tough.
It's hard, man. It's tough. Some people can bounce back, but you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
On this, and I don't know if we can afford a risk right now.
True. Yeah, man. He could slip, man. He could really slip because of that injury. He's really good though, man. He is a kid that's really good, but like you said, man, that's you got to plant in those feet, man. That's a tough injury to come back from. So I don't know. I like him, but the injury scares me. Here's Johnny. Carson admitted today on 97.1 the NFL player has been hospitalized for COVID. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Bailey Zapp is a good guy. Stay cold. What's up, brother? I haven't seen you on here before, man. Thanks for joining the chat. He's saying Armani's going to get an interception on Matt Ryan. I hope so, man. That was one beautiful interception on Kyler Murray. What'd you think about that pick, bro?
It was a beautiful pick. It's something that Darius Slade did in his prime.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he cut that route in midair, caught the football while he's falling. That's an amazing. Amani has got the Spider-Man instinct, bro. He's got that Spidey sense.
He does. He baited Kyler Murray into that interception. The whole
masturbated that bad boy.
He baited him, man. You could just see it. He was lurking behind AJ Green.
He is. I tell you what, man. He's really good at lurking and masturbating.
And master debating. Oh yeah, bro, for sure, man. Well, I don't know about that second one. I don't know about that second one, but yeah. Chris Cobba, Justin Fields will have the same problem Trubisky has. Both of them need to be groomed for a bit. I think I kind of agree with that too. I didn't really watch the game yesterday too because, like I said, I was working. But I know Justin Fields was getting destroyed on Twitter last night. I don't really have a comment on it. I know there's not a lot of things going on.
They got a trash team from offense.
Bad team, man. They have some.
That's the definition of dysfunction is what they did to that kid.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what's going on over there, man. He needs. I don't know, man. Nagy's as good as gone. I think losing that game pretty much sealed his fate. They're not making the playoffs now. I thought he was gone anyways, to tell you the truth, playoffs or not. But they're officially been booted out of the playoff race, but with that win, with that Minnesota win. So the things that Nagy did during the year, man, they're saying that he totally handled this Justin Fields situation all wrong. I know Dan Orlovsky let him have it on ESPN not too long ago I think it was it might have been either Trubisky's first or second start, but he let him have it right on air, man, about how he's mishandling this kid. So he's as good as gone, right, Mike? I wish he was here for 10
he's
years.
Definitely good as gone, but I really want them to extend him.
Yeah,
for a 10-year deal.
Yep.
Worth $500 million. I was talking about that to Harrison Graham at Chat Sports.
Yeah.
I said we need to extend this guy. He's a Chicago Bears fan.
He's a Chicago guy?
Yeah, he's a Chicago guy. He didn't agree with my assessment there. Yeah, man, I love that. I love Matt Nagy for the Chicago Bears. But they don't know how to build an offense at all. Travis Doyley with a super chat.
Oh, Travis Doyley, what's up, brother? Thank you, sir.
Salute.
I appreciate it, buddy. Salute, man. What's your thoughts on trading for wide receiver this offseason? Brandon Cooks had a huge day last week, too, in fantasy. Devontae Parker had a very nice day, too, as well, on my bench in one of my leagues. Denzel Mims, New York Jets wide receiver. Hey, man, I like all three of those guys. Brandon Cooks is another guy that is a Jared Goff guy. He played with Goff for a few years. And they had some big numbers together, man. They did some big things. I'm not all for trading for guys right now, though. I still want to keep draft capital. I wouldn't mind looking into it, though. It could be a situation where I love Brandon Cooks, and I really think Devontae Parker is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL. He has a problem staying healthy. Denzel Mims, he's done a little bit as a Jet. He hasn't done too much, though, but he's got some potential. I don't know, Mike. What do you think about these three guys?
Don't want to trade. We got 10 draft picks. Let's just go ahead and draft our wide receiver. I as you've seen with Brad Holmes, the players that we added in the draft and unrestricted rookie free agents or restricted whatever, I'm getting free agent rookies that we got all have done a very good job in building the correct way. It's through the draft. You do selected free agents and you build through the draft. I'm not wanting to trade for anything. If we're going to take draft capital, just go ahead and draft a wide receiver. We found Amon Ra St. Brown in the 4th round. That's looking pretty good right now. So,
I know, eh? This is the funny thing. The funny thing about, man, Mike, we were talking about this wide receiver room. They weren't even Division III level football, man, in college at one point. We were like, look at the guys we got, man. We got a 4th round rookie. They brought in Brashad Perryman. They brought in Tyrell Williams, 2 guys that can't stay healthy. We got a guy, Khalif Raymond. What the heck's going on here? Now we look at this wide receiver room, and it's gotten way better. It's weird. It's gotten way better. Amon Ra St Brown has stepped up I'm completely blown away on how good he really is. I didn't think he's going to be this good, man. He's holding. You've got to give all the records for the Lions for Lions rookies. What's your take on this wide receiver?
Josh Reynolds is my take. Ever since he's been here, it opened it up for Amon Ra St. Brown.
Crazy.
Josh Reynolds has completely changed this offense.
Yes.
He has completely changed. So he's being the number 1 right now. But he, in my opinion, is not a number 1. Imagine when we do get a number 1, and Josh Reynolds can be in his spot of a number 2, and Amon Ra St. Brown in his spot of a number 3. And if they get a free agent, that could be a number 4. When you do 4 wide, you actually have talent out there. It's crazy. But, we had the worst wide receivers in the NFL, and we so happily, Josh Reynolds, for whatever reason, wanted to be a Detroit Lion, asked to be released, and he's changed this offense.
It's crazy, man. And it's and I think Holmes felt the pressure too, because I think the Trinity Benson trade, was a very desperate move by him.
And it was bad.
Kind of dropped the ball on that one. Sorry, dropped the ball on that trade, giving up a couple picks, got a pick back. But still, you gave up 2 picks for a guy that literally does not even play.
He didn't even play when we had no one out there. We had some guy on a practice squad that we had no idea even existed on the planet play.
Yeah.
Trinity Benson may be the worst trade in Lions history.
That's a bad trade, man.
It was a terrible trade.
I'm glad it was for later picks, but still, man, giving up picks for a guy that doesn't even contribute at all. What's he got? 4 catches maybe on the year? I don't know what he has.
This dude is, you know what, man, and someone asked, he needs to be on the team next year because we made those trades. No, man, I don't care. If you suck, I don't want you on the team. I don't care where. I always agree. I always say this. I don't care where you were drafted or wherever. I want the best 53, and if you are a terrible player, I don't want you on this team.
Yeah. Exactly, man. It's just there's no point in keeping a guy around like that. And I kind of feel for the kid, because the kid was, man, they talked him up, man. You ask any Denver, I remember when we made the trade, I was like, okay, I got to go look into this. I got to go look at his film, which was really hard to find, his college film. I'll tell you the
hardest to find of all time.
It was tough to find. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go dig in a little bit deeper. I'm going to go into some Denver sites and ask about this kid. Everybody loved him. Every Denver fan was like, this kid, man, I tell you right now, the only reason why he's not playing is because we're so loaded at wide receiver. I'm like, okay. And then you look at the Denver media, they were all over the kid. Like this kid's special, man. I'm telling you, he's going to make you guys better. And then I don't know what happened, man. Chris Cobboss saying that Didn't Benson screw himself up the first game he played? Yeah, I think he ran a couple wrong routes and he had a couple drop balls. I think he got in the doghouse real quick from Lynn or Campbell himself. Who knows? But yeah, man. Do you remember him doing that, Mike? I think he did.
Yeah, I do. But I wasn't hard on him for that because he just got here at that point. And it's like, okay, what do you expect? Like, this dude's a young guy who just got here. He's not going to know the playbook.
Right.
He clearly is out of favor with this coaching staff for whatever reason, because he hasn't even been on the field. I don't even know last time he's been on the field.
I feel like it was before Reynolds came here, like 3-4 weeks. It's been, because Reynolds has been here, what, 4 weeks now, a month?
Yeah, Reynolds. Yep.
So I think ever since Reynolds stepped in the door, I think he's been an afterthought. He hasn't even like really, and he was an afterthought before that, kind of. So I think now it's like, I don't know if he even dresses, to tell you the truth. So he might dress as a 6 wideout, but I don't know. But, you know.
I got a quick question. How many Reynolds are in this up-and-coming draft? Because every time we get a Reynolds, they tend to wrap things up real well, man. I mean, Craig Reynolds, Josh Reynolds. So we need to look in the draft. I think we need to draft a Reynolds in every round.
Yeah, well, we definitely need to look up the name Reynolds, man, for sure, man, and just pick every one of them. We got Craig Reynolds, Josh Reynolds, Frank Reynolds, Johnny Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Get them all. Let's go get all the Reynolds, man.
About our kicker, man. We don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Do you think we got our kicker now? Because, like, I feel no one's talking about him, but he's not missed a field goal yet.
No, Riley Patterson, man, the little man. He's just a little dude with the big leg, man. The kid does not miss. He's booting 40-plussers. I think he hit a 50. I think he hit a 50-yarder 2 weeks ago. I don't know where this kid went to college. I don't know where they found him. They found him on the Patriots practice squad, right?
Yeah, he's on the Patriot practice squad, and no one's talking about him, and he hasn't missed a field goal yet. And I'm like, okay, we need to talk about this because
he's got to be our guy.
Could he be the Jack Fox of our special teams where he just comes out and dominates?
Yeah, and he's like, and it's not like he's just making, and it's not like he's making these kicks look hard too. He's booting these kicks with authority, like velocity, going right in high. They're not just barely going over the crossbar. He's making all these kicks with ease. So he's got to be a guy, man. He Austin Siebert, bye-bye. You're probably going to get released by next year. You know, you're on IR right now. You're hurt, whatever he is. He's gonzo. Riley Patterson has to be our guy going into 2022.
Man, and I love seeing special teams. You know, it's not talked about enough, but you win or lose games by field goals. And we got Jack Fox, the great punter. All we need is to get a good kicker. And, man, this dude has not missed yet. And when he's kicking, they're in center of the field goal post. It's not like they're barely getting in there. It's like I keep waiting. I remember I was watching last game. I'm like, man, we're going to miss a field goal. It's perfect. I'm just expecting it because at some point you got to, right? It's like we're not used to this here in Detroit.
He's a little guy too, man. You see him when he's celebrating with the boys. You don't even see him because they just surround him and he disappears. He's just a little dude with the big leg, man. Like he has to be the guy. He's booting them through, no problem, straight in the middle, good velocity. So
it's like Matt Prater, who? Like who's this Matt Prater guy? I don't know, but the RP is ripping it up right now, man. I mean,
yeah, I absolutely love it, man.
Why was everybody booing Matt Prater, by the way? I did not understand this.
Bro, and I hate Lions fans, man. They get on top of guys like that, man. I don't know. Matt Prater never said a word.
No, he's always a good dude.
Hit a lot of big field goals for us over the years. Like, I don't understand, man. And it's not even Lions fans. It's not even Lions fans. It's just a former player coming back. Some guys, all it takes is like 3 drunks to start booing, and all of a sudden the whole crowd just does it. You know what I mean?
I didn't understand that. I'm like,
I didn't either.
I was live and I'm like, why is people booing Matt Prater? He hasn't done anything. It's funny because no one booed Darius Slay, and that was a worse situation than just Matt Prater just leaving it free agency.
Yeah, that was a crazy situation, right? Yeah. So, like, I don't understand why they booed Prater. I don't think he said any bad comments walking out the door, did he?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. He's never said anything bad. Matt Prater has been, and especially he had that alcohol issue, and he comes to Detroit, and he was a perfect guy in the locker room, and was grateful for the opportunity. So I kind of felt bad, man. I was like, man, he don't deserve this. And Matt Prater did nothing to this team, and he was a small guy too, like Riley Patterson. I seen him up close, man. This dude was like, I felt like he was 5'5".
Yeah, a lot of those kickers are smaller. A lot of them are smaller. There's a couple of big boys out there, though. There's a couple of big boys, but yeah, Patterson's tiny, man. He's little. He looks like a little kid out there, man. He's like a kid kicking for fun. But man, Chris Caldwell saying that Benson's been injured a couple of times. I do remember him getting tweaked up a little bit earlier in the year, but I thought it was more because of just him not really knowing the playbook. But I could be wrong. He's saying that maybe they could hide him on the roster next year. Maybe hide him on the roster, man. Have him come up for a tryout. Why not, man? Try and make the team. Let's see what happens, man. Throw 2021 behind you. But we all know about Pro Bowls are starting to come out right now. Pro Bowl votes are coming out right now. There's guys. I don't know. It looks like any Lions are going to get anybody in there. I know there was a talks about possibly Jack Fox, Amani Oruwariye, Penei Sewell. Do you think anybody from our team can maybe make the Pro Bowl?
Jack Fox, like you said, but he hasn't had a lot of punts this year because we're going for it on fourth down so much that he actually may not get it because of that.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds crazy, but we're not punting as much as we're used to punting. It's just that's just what it is. Yeah, I could see. I think Amani deserves to be in the Pro Bowl with the amount of interceptions he's getting. Penei Sewell, for sure, I feel like deserves it as well.
Same
Let me think. Anybody else? Who else has made a very big impact for the Lions?
See, I'd like to say somebody like Charles Harris, but
it's not going to happen. There's so many pass rushers. It's not going to happen,
man, because there's guys out there just absolutely killing it at that position.
TJ Hawkinson's been hurt, so he's probably not going to make it. Swift been hurt.
There's really nobody else, man. You can't really put Amon Ra St Brown in there, can you?
She hasn't had. I mean, there's so many good wide receivers out there making giant plays. I don't see it.
It's just
now maybe if there's injuries and COVID, maybe you get them as a backup in there. That's
injuries, COVID, Super Bowl guys going to the Super Bowl playoffs. You might see something like that possibly, but I think Penei Sewell deserves it, man. I think Penei Sewell. He has been talked about as an absolute bust here by a lot of people.
On crack.
Media, YouTubers.
On crack, who thinks he's a bust?
Yeah. So, and people were like, man, it's going to be the worst thing in the world if he moves over from left to right, right to left. They keep doing this. They're going to ruin this kid. I think it's done nothing but wonders for him. And he's being talked about as this generational talent by lots of people. That shouldn't have even hurt him at all, moving left to right, right to left. I think it's done nothing but wonders for the kid. He's been locked down since week 6. It took him about a month to get acclimated to the NFL, maybe a little bit longer. And he's been locked down, man. I think he deserves it. He's been awesome. He's one of the best linemen on the team.
The 3 best players in the draft so far has been Mac Jones, Penei Sewell, and Micah Parsons.
Yeah, for sure.
And probably Mac Jones is probably going to get Offensive Rookie of the Year, but Penei Sewell should definitely be in that mix. He really should. And Micah Parsons, by the way, he's definitely won Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year.
I think Micah Parsons is getting Defensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's
good.
I think he's getting both, man. That guy, that guy's special, man. He comes after the quarterback like I've never seen. But yeah, it would be nice if Sewell can make it his first year, man. It'll shut a lot of people up. It'll be like, man, pay attention to this kid. This kid's the real deal.
Yeah, I think he there's a chance he can be All-Pro too. There's a chance that. And that's the real honors. You get all pro, that means you did something good.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, Slater should probably be in there too. Yeah, Slater should be making the Pro Bowl for the AFC. Could probably be an All Pro too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Doing big things over there for the LA Chargers.
The Chargers.
Let's not get Steve-O. No. Lawrence Taylor is my favorite football player of all time. Next to Barry, him and Barry, man, they're 1A, 1B. I love Parsons, man, but you got to put a little bit more respect on Lawrence Taylor's name, man. Lawrence Taylor was the best to ever do it. But I do see where you're coming from. He's kind of got similarities there. He's got a lot of similarities. What else you want to talk about there, Mike? I'm kind of going all over the place. We've been doing this for about $1:10. I'll be getting off probably in about another 10 minutes.
Okay. There was something I was just thinking about, wanted to talk about. What about Hard Knocks? Do you think that the Detroit Lions going to be on Hard Knocks?
I think it would be fantastic, man. There's a lot of fans that don't like the idea of it. I know there's a lot of media guys that don't like it either. I don't know why. We have the characters. Dan Campbell himself in front of a camera is gold. It's absolute gold. Put him on Hard Knocks with how fired up he is, how fired up that coaching staff. Imagine watching Aaron Glenn during practice, how geared up he is on the sidelines. Watching Penei Sewell, all the young kids, Hawkinson, Swift. Oh, for sure, man. I would love to see a Hard Knocks with the Detroit Lions, man. You?
Yeah, I do, and I actually think the Lions will be on Hard Knocks. The reason it didn't happen last year is because there's a rookie coach.
Right.
That's not the case now. And I think that if you see the media, like the media has been nothing but gushing over the Lions, especially over this last win, and gushing over Dan Campbell, how they love this guy. I think for the Lions to start winning, I think that we need to get a different media perception of our team. And I think if you get on Hard Knocks, it really could change a perception of the Detroit Lions. I really think it can, especially if we win these last couple games, or win 2 out of 3, or 1 even out of 2 in a close one. Like, I think that it can really change the perception. And that's something that's part of the culture too, is the perception of Detroit, perceived as this garbage town, and this wrecked where you go there and you're gonna lose your hubcaps and it's all homeless and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that could help change the perception. So yeah, I want to see him on Hard Knocks. I do. I think it'd be real fun seeing Dan Campbell, man. I would love to see him behind the scenes.
Yeah, that would just be great, man. Seeing him behind the scenes, man. It would be fantastic. That's worth the wait, to come home, watch something like that, man. And I know there's a lot of people out there, man, that don't, that can't stand the Detroit Lions, and I don't really care, but they would be fun to watch, man. On Hard Knocks. I thought we had a chance to go on there a couple years ago. But Patricia and Quinn were like, never. They never wanted to.
They would never want it. This is a complete, because Patricia and Quinn were like that New England Patriot way. I'm not going to say anything. Got to work harder. Got to do well. Dan Campbell's the complete opposite, man. Him and Brad Holmes are the complete opposite. They're both I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and let's bring Detroit to the next level. I think they would be down for it. I think it'd be awesome for the city, for the fan base, to finally get something different about the perception of us itself.
100%, man. And Merry Christmas, 9 drinks to you too, brother. To you and your family, man. For sure, man. I think Steve-O's saying I think the Lions would add a lot of fans if they did Hard Knocks. I think so too, man. It would be great for the franchise. But we're gonna give this. We're gonna wrap it up, Mike. I'm gonna go. I think I heard my little girl come in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go spend some time before I got to go to work. This was awesome doing an afternoon show. I think it was fun. Maybe I'll start doing it when I'm on noons, and we can do it before I go into work, right? So
you should consider maybe doing this like this a lot.
Well, if I'm on days, I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I'm on days, I'm at work until like 3:00. So but I do like doing this. I remember doing this when I first started YouTube. When I first started YouTube, I did a couple live streams during the day, and it was fun. So if you guys are willing to come on, bro, and hopefully you are, and we can do it, or I can go solo. And, I like to mix and match it up anyway.
I can always come on, but I have to keep my avatar up because I am working at the same. I'm allowed to talk when I'm working, but to be on camera, I think I don't think my bosses would like that too much.
Oh, 100%. No, I get it, brother. No, Carolina guy, man. No, I won't be doing one tonight, bro. Just the one. I'll just do one a day, so I won't be able to do that tonight. But that's whenever I'm doing it during the day is because I'll be working later on during nighttime. So I appreciate everybody coming on the show. Thanks everybody in the chat, man. It was great. Mike, you got any parting words?
Make sure you guys subscribe to Mark Orum, man. Let's get this guy to 2,000 subscribers. Man, spread the word. Spread it. Spread them out there. Let's get Mark Orum out there. Guy brings some fantastic content. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that friend to subscribe to Mark Orum from Orum's Forum.
I appreciate it, Mike. And everybody subscribe to Micro Mike. I'm sure all you guys out here are subscribed to Mike, man. Mike's done some big things for me, and I really appreciate the things that you've done for me, brother. And thanks everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys check out my videos. I got some videos coming out. I'm going to do some more draft prospects, and we'll be talking about the upcoming Atlanta Falcons game. But thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining me, and we are out, man.
Adios.
Peace.